James for the untouchable, true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I had to come sound off on this because to me, last night on the Top Rank card, this was actually the crescendo of the card. It was the most exciting thing that happened on the card. It was the most unexpected thing that happened on the card. It was a massive upset. You know, you had Alon Kid Kansas Garcia, you know, a upcoming prospect from Top Rank, a guy that had ran his record up to 14-0. He was fighting seemingly once every 1 to 2 months on these cards. Very active fighter. And he took on a little-known, nondescript, I think he's Bolivian or Spanish journeyman in Ricardo Fernandez. And then, you know, on paper, this fight looked like it was supposed to be business as usual for the Top Rank prospect to just get a win against a little regarded, you know, journeyman, right? So this guy, Ricardo Fernandez, he was 15 wins, 13 losses in his career coming into the fight with 1 knockout. So you're talking about 1 knockout in 28 pro fights. And, you know, so on paper, at least, pillow-fisted journeyman, sure, competent enough to give you rounds, but not competent enough to hurt you or beat you. And, you know, it looked like business as usual for Alon Garcia on one of these cards. I've watched him fight numerous times on undercards. He's a guy that, you know, I'm just being honest, and I like him as a person. He's a nice person, but when I've seen him fight, you know, I wasn't blown away by him. I thought that he was one of those guys that I had filed under, you know, we'll wait and see when he gets that step up fight, you know. Because I had people come up to me and say, you know, BT True School, Alon Garcia is this, he's that, he's got a unique. I heard people say he's got a unique style. You know, when he goes in there and he sees what he wants, he takes it. But I just had a more of a wait and see approach with him because I didn't see an otherworldly talent, and I wanted to see him in a step-up fight, right? Well, crazy enough, he didn't even make the step-up fight. This little regarded journeyman with 1 knockout in 28 fights clubs Alon Garcia with an overhand right. He was starting to he got too comfortable. He started boxing in the southpaw stance, which is not his primary stance. You know, and his coach, you know, Coach G, Gloria Alvarado, someone I like, you know, have respect for. She was telling him to keep that lead hand up, and he didn't listen, and he started to telegraph. He telegraphed a right hook, and in the middle of trying to throw one of those right hooks, this guy caught him right in between. Boom, right on the button. And Alon Garcia had no clue who he was at. He couldn't beat the count, and all of a sudden, Ricardo Fernandez, the little regarded journeyman, he gets the 2nd knockout of his career, and what a knockout it is, because he was a massive underdog. He was like, I'm going to say he was like a 11 or 12 to 1 underdog. Might have even been more. You know, if you would have put money on a Ricardo Fernandez knockout yet last night, you would have won a lot of money. So if you put that bet in, God bless you. You know boxing, you have a lot of faith, and you must have some money to burn. But nah, man, to be honest, I don't wish bad on Alon Garcia because, like I say, he's a nice person. But just being honest and objective here, Top Rank in the boxing business can be very cold at times. And remember, he's young, he's 21, but the reality is they're moving him really slow. They were moving him very gradually in terms of the opposition he was fighting. And he didn't even make the step-up fight before he got knocked out in brutal fashion. So if you can't even make the step-up fight before you get knocked out like that against a light-punching journeyman, those are the kind of things that can get you cut by a Top Rank. Those are the kind of things that can get you promotionless. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see if the folks at Top Rank still believe in him. But it's a very devastating loss. It's really like this fight right now. This fight, I would use this fight as the prime example of what a nightmare can look like for a prospect coming up in boxing. Because, again, on paper, even in those first 3-4 rounds, everything looked to be business as usual, and that just goes to show you how the dangers of boxing and how as a fighter, you have to be switched on. You have to literally be living in not the second, but the millisecond of each and every fight. Because if you don't, you switch off for even a millisecond. You make one technical mistake. A guy that you thought couldn't punch or records suggest couldn't punch could literally put your lights out and really crush and thwart any momentum you had. So now he's 14-1, and we'll see how he bounces back. He's still 21, so like for me, I don't think it's a death sentence, but for his career with Top Rank, it might be a death sentence, you know. But I like when fighters go through adversity and take an early loss in their career. I think now we're gonna really see the character of Alan Garcia, if Kid Kansas, if he really had it in his heart and his soul to make everything he can of himself in boxing. You know, one thing I can say about him is he's a hard worker. You know, whenever Top Rank has fights here, I've always seen him in the Top Rank gym. And you know, I'm sure he'll do what he can to improve from this. But yeah, shout out to Ricardo Fernandez. Shout out to the Journeyman. You guys know I love these B-sides. I love the little regarded fighters that do come in here and they do make sure it's not business as usual. Because how boring would that be if every time you watch one of these cards, the prospect always wins? It's good every now and then when these prospects lose and get their O's snatched and get put in their place. Because you know that's what keeps boxing healthy. That's what keeps boxing going. That's what keeps the intrigue of me tuning in early to some of these cards. Because sometimes, you know, you watch enough of these cards, they do a good job of making sure that the A side gets the win. But in this case, you know, this is another reminder of why you watch the prelims and you watch the undercards, because you never know what the hell it is you're gonna see. And in fact, right now I'm watching Josh Kelly versus Ishmael Davis on the Joshua Dubois undercard. They just had a big upset with Mark Chamberlain. He lost to a guy named Josh Padley, and Josh Padley is like a construction worker, you know. So that these things are all reminders of why we love boxing. So best of luck to Alan Garcia in a speedy recovery and building his career back up. And as far as Ricardo Fernandez, God bless you, man. You know, you came into the States, you had everything against you, and you found a way to win in sensational and memorable fashion. So hopefully this gets turned into a big payday for him, and Top Rank continues to use him for some prospects or fights, you know. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You know, make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.